Okay, so now let's read Possum Magic. Once upon a time, but not very long ago, deep in the Australian bush lived two possums. Their names were Huss and Grandma Poss. Grandma Poss made bush magic. She made wombats blue and kookaburras pink. She made dingoes smile and emu string. But the best magic of all was the magic that made Huss invisible. What adventures Huss had! Because she couldn't be seen, she could be squashed by koala. Because she couldn't be seen, she could slide down kangaroo. Because she couldn't be seen, she was safe from snake, which is why Grandma Poss had made her invisible in the first place. But one day, quite unexpectedly, Huss said, "Grandma, I want to know what I look like. Please, could you make me visible again?" "Of course I can," said Grandma Poss, and she began to look through her magic book. She looked into this book and she looked into that. There was magic for thin and magic for fat, and magic for tall and magic for small, but the magic she was looking for wasn't there at all. Grandma Poss looked miserable. "Don't worry, Grandma," said Huss. "I don't mind." But in her heart of hearts she did. All night long, Grandma Poss thought and thought. The next morning, just before breakfast, she shouted, "It's something to do with food. People food, not possum food, but I can't remember what. We just have to try and find." So later that day, they left the bush where they'd always been to find what it was that would make Huss seen. They ate Anzac biscuit in Adelaide, Morney and minty in Melbourne steak and salad in Sydney, and pumpkin scone in Brisbane. Huss remained invisible. "Don't lose heart," said Grandma Poss. "Let's see what we can find in Darwin." It was there, in the far north of Australia, that they found a Vegemite sandwich. Grandma Poss crossed her claw and crossed her feet. Huss breathed deeply and began to eat. "A tail! A tail!" shouted both possum at once, for there it was, a brand new, visible tail. Later, on the beach in Perth, they ate a piece of pavlova. Huss' leg appeared, so did her body. "You look wonderful, you precious possum," said Grandma Poss. Next stop, Tasmania, and over the sea they went. In Hobart, late one night in the kitchen of the casino, they saw a lamington on a plate. Huss closed her eyes and nibbled. Grandma Poss held her breath and waited. It worked, she cried. And she was right. Huss could be seen from head to tail. Grandma Poss hugged Huss and they both danced. Here we go round the lamington plate till early in the morning. From that time onward, Huss was visible, but once a year on her birthday, she and Grandma Poss ate a Vegemite sandwich, a piece of pavlova and half of lamington, just to make sure that Huss stayed visible forever. And she did. That's the end.